Hey everybody, Gary with Basecamp Trading. Let's take a look at gold today. Gold made a big sell-off in the overnight. And then we got down into the London session and you could see gold finally started forming a base and really started chopping. Started moving sideways. You can see doji, topping tail, bottoming tail, topping tail, topping tail, bottoming tail, big doji. You can see just lots of indecision, lots of chop back and forth. And then as time went on, even though gold kept trying to make these little pushes down, because you can see that these bottoming tails, price was actually pushing down. That's what formed these bottoming tails. But momentum had actually crossed to the upside. So that was our first hint that gold did not want to drop. Then the bottoming tails themselves were also suggesting that gold was showing reluctance to sell off down in this area as well. And then as we continued on in the session, we got a pretty bullish bar right here. This bar opened at the bottom, closed at the top, causing the 5 and the 13 to move to the upside, followed by yet another really bullish bar, opened at the bottom, closed at the top, making the 5 and 13 actually cross, breaking above resistance at the 21 EMA. You could see that we'd run into the 21 here, and then finally broke out with a strong bullish breakout bar, and then gold ripped to the upside, triggered a bullish inflection right in here, and gold made a really nice rip to the upside. So you needed to be patient in the chop. We were chopping away, and then finally got the breakout. And here's the Unorenco chart. And again, you could see starting back here in the London session, gold was really chopping sideways. And some of these were decent sized swings, but still just up and down, back and forth, up and down, back and forth. However, even though we were sideways and in compression on this chart, you could see we had a little hint of what was happening. We kept leaving lower or higher lows. See, we marked our significant pivot low, which was the overnight low right there. We marked that. And then you can see that starting in the Lund session, you had a higher low here, a higher low here, higher low here, equal low here, another higher low, and then we broke out a resistance to the upside. So yes, gold was chopping, and it was definitely just kind of whipping back and forth, up and down, enough to make a trader crazy. You don't want to trade in this. This is just death to your account when you're trying to trade in this kind of up and down swinging motion. But while in this chop, it was giving us a hint of a direction that it might potentially break out, and which it ultimately did break out. And then you can see gold made a really nice rip on the upside. You had a similar situation going on with your 5-minute chart. You can see again, put in that significant low in the London session, and then you started making higher lows here as well. Higher low here, equal low here, higher low here. Then you broke above the cloud. The 5 and the 18 crossed to the upside. And then you had a power line here. You had well-defined resistance right here at our power line, and then a really strong breakout bar. Bottoming tail, the opened at the bottom, closed at the top, and closed above resistance. So that would have been a good place to take an entry as well. And then you can see gold just ripped higher off of that. So again, you have to be patient in this chop. When you're chopping like this, you have to just sit on your hands, be patient, wait for something to happen, and then again, eventually you did finally get the breakout, and gold made a nice push to the upside. So again, just be patient in the chop.